It is dawn, and at the base of a fig tree, one animal has already had its first brush with death. This is a female leptictidium. She is a meter long and a common sight in the forests of 50 million years ago. Her kind have survived virtually unchanged since the time of the dinosaurs. Life, though, is scarcely any easier now. This is still a perilous world where she must live fast and will probably die young. A typical mammal, she looks after her offspring until they are old enough to fend for themselves. But with so many predators about, today is a bad day for her litter to leave the nest. She, however, has to feed, whatever the risk. She only has a short window of opportunity to do so, and that window is fading fast. The cool early morning is an ideal time to catch the frogs, lizards, and insects she feeds on. Being cold-blooded, they have yet to warm up and are still sluggish. She, however, is warm-blooded and fast-moving 24 hours a day. This is one of the mammal's ancient advantages. Also, to help track down her prey, she has an incredibly acute sense of hearing and a distinctive, super-sensitive nose that can twitch to locate food among the leaf litter. And she is agile enough to catch even flying insects. The best morning hunting lasts only an hour or two, and time is ticking. She must keep moving to find more. This is the legendary Tethys, a tropical sea that stretches almost halfway around the world and has connected Asia with the Atlantic since the time of the dinosaurs. It is now home to one of the mammals' biggest success stories. Basilosaurus, 18 meters of predatory whale. 4 times the length of a great white shark. This female weighs 60 tons. Incredible to think then, their ancestors were tiny, furry, shrew-like animals that lived in trees. At this time of year, off the coast of the northern Tethys, Basilosaurus gather to mate. The female is being eagerly pursued by several males, but it is the eldest and biggest male that she chooses to mate with. Mating is not an easy task for 2 such huge, free-floating animals. They need a little extra help. As the successful male maneuvers into position, he calls upon one small legacy of their distant land ancestors. Basilosaurus retained 2 tiny back legs. These are useless for walking or even swimming, but they are used to help lock their long, narrow bodies together during mating. The whales of the future will lose these legs altogether. courtship is over. But as it will turn out, the natural disaster that is looming is about to make things very tough indeed for marine life. In the Oligocene, large parts of the world have become highly seasonal. Here in Mongolia, long dry seasons are broken by short, violent wet seasons. The climate has shaped not only the environment, but also the animals. It is survival of the meanest. And they don't come much meaner than this. A giant entelodont, the bully of the plains. These are distant relatives of the pig. 2 meters tall, aggressive and built like tanks, but with a brain no bigger than an orange. The bear dog mother and cubs retreat to a safer distance, but it isn't going to be their day. Although these relatives of both bears and dogs are vicious little predators, at the waterhole it's size that matters. The mother Indrakathir has also come here to drink, but her calf is nowhere to be seen. With the death of the lead female, this noisy individual called Babbo has now replaced her, and she is no fan of grey. Bottom of the heap is the orphaned male called Blue. At 3 years old, his social skills are as yet undeveloped. With the death of his mother, he is becoming an outsider. But in truth, the whole group has problems. Last year, there were 12 of them. As a result of malaria, they now number just 8. This has led to tension within the hierarchy. A younger, larger male called Hercules is starting to challenge Grey. These fights are less violent than other primates. Baboons, for example, have large canines and bite each other. Australopithecus have small canines, and their fights are mostly show. Grey has managed to put Hercules in his place, for now at least. Half-Tooth's territory spans several hundred square kilometers of grassland on one of the strangest continents on Earth. Since splitting from Antarctica 30 million years ago, South America has been isolated from the rest of the world, and as a result, its animals are unique. Oddities thrive here, like Didacurus, a spiky-tailed relative of the armadillo, the size of a car. Even the large herds of herbivores are exotic. These macrauchenia are unrelated to any modern mammal. And then, of course, there are the native predators, the flightless terror birds. These are 3 meters tall and called Forus racus. But the isolation of these animals came to an end when the movement of the South American continent caused it to collide with North America. Across a land bridge came new groups of mammals to colonize this exotic world. Life here would never be the same again. Cats were among those colonists. No cat had ever set foot in South America before, but now sabre tooths ruled the grasslands. Half-Tooth took over this clan 3 years ago, breaking 1 sabre in the process. The group is now made up of 4 adult females and their offspring. All the youngsters are half-tooths. During his reign, Half-Tooth has seen off many challenges from rival males, but none as serious as this one. 2 rival males have wandered deep into Half-Tooth's territory. For the Megaloceros, autumn is not a time to travel, it is a time to rut. These males are fighting for the harem of females nearby. Winner takes all. Megaloceros are a giant form of deer, and the males sport a most impressive set of antlers. Each one is as long as a person. It's a wonder they can even hold their heads up. Exhausted from fighting, neither has noticed they are in a trap. Humans are predators unlike any before. They use not strength, but strategy, pushing the Megaloceros into the trees where their antlers prevent escape. Only one of them has the energy to break out. The humans will have to take what they want as quickly as possible before Ice Age scavengers like wolves, lions, and hyenas make this a dangerous place to be.